Hi guys, this is just a quick introduction video to using Einstein for Developer. This is a recent um, enhancement, I guess, made by Salesforce, which uses AI to generate Apex code, which obviously is a useful tool for the Salesforce developer to have. Um, I'll go through briefly how you set it up and get it operational, and then I'm going to take you through some examples. Okay, so you require to install this VS Code plugin called Einstein for Developers here. You just install that. Um, I did get caught out by the VS Code, yeah, the Video Studio Code version should be 1.7.6, so I had to update to get that working. That's quite a recent version. Um, so you install that. Obviously, you need to have the rest of the Salesforce extensions, the normal extensions to go along with this. You then have to, there's an org setting you have to activate to allow to, the connection to happen. Now, before you do that, um, it's important to read the small print, right? So down here, there's a couple of clauses, right? And what's not obvious to me certainly is, we say that submitted code is the prompts you type in, fair enough, right? But it also mentions associated code within your project that is used to provide additional context to the model. So, is that the is that the rest of the Apex in your org? Does that get fed into the learning model that Salesforce then provides to other developers? Does your code end up in the learning model? It's not really clear, right? It does say again down here, Salesforce will use your submit code and feedback to develop and train the model, right? So it's unclear if your existing org metadata is part of the model or whether it's just the code which is generated using Einstein, which feeds into the model. Um, hope, Hopefully that gets clarified, right? But right now, I wouldn't turn this on in any production org, certainly, or any sandbox. Perfect for a scratch org or a developer org where you've got no just dummy code, etc. Okay, so you turn it on in the org, install the plugin here. There is a little icon that shows up here. So if you obviously you've got your org connection here, I'm on B92 org in here. If that org wasn't enabled for Einstein, this icon would show red. And then as soon as the org is enabled, this icon goes white. And then let's get rid of that one. You have this Einstein kind of icon at the sidebar here. So this is how you turn on the sidebar, what we call the sidebar. There's another bit of Einstein in here, this history and feedback, right? So this kind of records the prompts which you've previously done and some of the output, and obviously you can give so that a quality check in terms of up, thumbs up or thumbs down. So what you do is, you just type what you want to do in here. So let's just try it out straight away, right? So job to activate users who haven't logged in for a month. Okay, so a job to deactivate users who haven't logged in for a month, and then you just do ask, and then I guess it goes off to Salesforce somewhere. It looks at the model, interprets the ask, and we'll put some code back to you. So this is the code here. You can then copy the code, stick it into an Apex class, and then you've got options for rating it. And then, of course, it turns up in this little widget here as well. In terms of the extra commands it provides, there doesn't appear to be many. So, helps if I can spell it. So Yeah, showing the prompt history, showing the sidebar. Um, don't think there's anything. We come back to it. It's really limited, right? So let's just give us a quick code review, right? Um, so it's obviously picked the name based on the ask. It's created a batch job for me. Um, put some code with comments, right? Collect the batches of users to be passed to the execute method. Select ID is active from user where last login date, last month. So it's going to, I guess it's passing in all users. So it's not checking for active users, right? So a bit of subtlety there maybe. It's going to run through it. Is active equals false. Update the user. It's adding it to a list of users and then updating that list. So, Salesforce, don't say where they've trained the model from, and you're hoping that it's, up-to-date code, which is, um, you know, meets best practices, etc. But you don't know, right? So I guess it's really important just to review this stuff. On the face of it, it seems pretty good, right? Or almost there. Maybe improve the query so that you only pick up active users to start with. If you do ask the same question again, right? Let's see what happens. I think this is very similar, right? Maybe the same. Okay. Out of interest, let's just try this. Is this a UK thing, a fortnight? Let's see if it picks up what a fortnight is. Yeah, see, it's picked up a fortnight is 2 weeks. Oh, hold on. So it's doing something funky now. So the query is now changed to last 60 days, last login. And then it's using a loop to then check the user hasn't logged in for 2 weeks. So it's then looping around and checking the login date where it could be doing that in the query. So that's a bit funky, isn't it? Okay, let's try another one. Right, so a simple trigger. Write a trigger to stop anyone deleting accounts. So yeah, trigger on account, which happens before delete is when you want to happen. If it's before and it's a delete trigger and it's on account, then add an error, right? You are not allowed to thing here. But if get errors is greater than 0, I don't think that will work, right? If you've got an error, you haven't set any errors at that point, so it doesn't seem right to me. Okay, I'm just going to hit ask again. Let's see if it changes. If you okay, right. I'm going to try this one. Create a new system admin user and log in as them to delete all leads. So it's a bit of a funky ask again. Let's just see how it interprets it. Obviously, there's no facility to log in as a user, right? So yeah, straight away you can see here system run as user is normally used only during testing, right? So, I've asked it for something which can't be done with Apex, and that's wrong, right? Let's see if the rest of it is so. It's new user alias admin, fair enough. Taking a name. Right, again, that stands out like a complete red flag. Hard coding the profile ID. Not really a best practice. Obviously that ID changes between sandboxes and production, right? So makes it undeployable. The question is like, where's that come from? I don't think it's my org. We can check that, but whose org has that come from? Obviously, has it introduced bad code into the model somewhere? Obviously, it should be getting. I've told it sysadmin, so it should be doing a metadata or a query to get the profile ID. You would do it with a query probably, right? Insert user, fair enough. Run as I said, that's just nonsense. Leads, delete. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's just ask this again. Right. Wow. So that's changed, right? I haven't changed the prompt, but I've now got there's no thing about creating the user, right? And for some reason it's now added where status equals open to the lead when I said delete all leads. So I don't know why that's changed. Again, it's kind of dubious code as well, right? Let's hit it again. Okay, something different again, right? So we've got rid of the profile ID this time, and we're now, yes, querying the profile from system administrator, which is correct. So this looks a bit better. Again, it's using the run as, which is nonsense. Okay. Yeah. Interesting if you feed it absolute rubbish, right? So what about this one? Make my dinner and serve it on a silver tray. What's it going to come back with? There we go. So it knows that you're speaking. Yeah. It knows it's a crazy request, so it's not even attempting it. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I think it does have its uses, right? Obviously, this is still beta, so it will be improving from here onwards, you'd think, you'd hope. Um, I think there's lots of possibility to improve this. For example, if it could learn from your org code and that learning didn't go outside your organization. If you had orgs full of best practice code, it should be learning from that. So if you had say a common trigger framework in use across your organization, when you asked a trigger question, it should be picking up that framework as best practice. So I think you could see how it could be going that way if it was learning from your orgs. It's a bit concerning seeing some of the code it develops. I think you definitely need to manually review this stuff. I don't know if it's possible to identify, Apex classes which include AI code. Obviously, you'd want to potentially give those a more rigorous review. But as I said, this is just the start. There is another way of doing this, right? If you're in here, you can, if you're already in the code, that's where you can use the command prompt, right? So there should be, yeah, this Einstein generate code. So rather than typing in here, you can type it in here. So let's just think up another thing to do. So let's just do query all open. opportunities. 'Opportunities. 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 'Opport change. To me. And what it does is it inserts the code straight into your Apex. So I think that's the only kind of difference, right? Let's just have a quick review of this again. So the query part seems okay, right? Loops through each opportunity and owner two. So it's known from the prompt I said, was it where from me, so it knows that that is the current user. So there you go. I guess it's up to you then to save the code, modify it, etc., and then take it forward. Okay, hopefully that's been useful. Cheers for watching. Bye.